Bleach Recap Part 3. The Fall of Bleach or The Rise of Bleach, both titles explain this final part very well. And if you don't believe me, let's see what you think by the end. So subscribe helps me 1,000,000%. Now in my last recap, I did forget to mention some important things, so let's change that. Before the fight with Ukiura and Ichigo could commence, Kenpachi and other Soul Reapers show up to Wakomundo to help out Ichigo. And after the fight with Ukiura, Aizen makes a public announcement. Everyone in Wakomundo telling them that they are trapped there. They can never escape, and then he begins to go to the world of the living to get 100,000 souls in order to power his item, the Hokyoku, so he can overpower the Soul King, an entity that rules over life and death that exists in its own unattainable world. So Aizen wants the strength to get there and kill the Soul King. But thanks to some BS, only Ichigo and the greatest medic in Soul Society history are able to get to the world living. But on their way there, the medic explains to Ichigo that Ichigo is the only one that can beat Aizen. And normally when you think that, you're like, oh, because it's the main character. But actually, she has a good reason. Aizen Zanpakuto can put people into a complete hypnosis, making you feel like you're in virtual reality, but 20 times more realistic. Hell, it's like when you go to sleep and you think you're actually awake, but in reality, you're actually knocked out asleep, and everything you do with your body gets you closer and closer to falling off the bed. And if you think this sounds overpowered, and if it looks overpowered, it's because it's overpowered. And Ichigo is the only character that has not fallen victim to Aizen Zanpakuto, which makes him the only one able to attack him, knowing that he is the real Aizen and not an illusion. Then we go back to Aizen. Aizen has arrived in the world of living, but has some unfavorable news when he sees that Karakura Town has been sent to the Soul Society, and the rest of the Soul Reapers who did not go to Wakomundo are there to stop him. But of course, you know, Aizen being Aizen, a mastermind, 4D chess man, already prepared for this, and already had an Arrancar army prepared to kick all their asses. But when those Arrancars failed, Aizen has to get involved, and then we see this. And before Aizen could deliver the final blow, Ichigo shows up, goes for the attack, and Aizen blows it off, telling Ichigo, it ain't nothing. So all the Soul Reapers go in, saying, Ichigo, we'll give you an opening. So they all go in, then and seeing everyone has been taken down except for the main character, Ichigo begins to get ready to attack. Then Daddy Ichigo shows up very much unexpectedly and tells Ichigo that the reason he could never tell his son that he was a Soul Reaper and he couldn't help him all those times he needed it because he lost his Soul Reaper powers. But it's back now, what a coincidence. And with Daddy Ichigo, Kisuke, Yoriichi, and Ichigo all there on the battlefield, we begin to see they take a horrible L, and Aizen goes to the Soul Society. And for some reason, I don't understand, if he needs 100,000 souls, why does he need Karakura Town specifically? Couldn't he just go to another part of the world and get 100,000 souls from there, right? Look, he's the smartest character in the show. I assume he has a reason. I assume maybe something special about Karakura Town. Maybe, possibly, probably. And before Aizen arrives into the Soul Society, while in the dimension between dimensions, he kills the vacuum, an entity that destroys everything inside that void dimension to make sure no one stays there, and it's only used as kind of like a passageway. And then Aizen arrives to the real Karakura Town. But cutting back to Ichigo, we see Ichigo and Daddy Ichigo come up with a plan. While they're in the Dongai, which I'm surprised I remember the name, Daddy Ichigo realizes that the vacuum is gone, which means they can stay there and plan things out even more. So Daddy Ichigo, using most if not all his spirit energy, is able to hold a pocket of time to give Ichigo enough time to learn the final Getsuga Tenshou. So with them being the hyperbolic time chamber, essentially, they take their time, learn, and before Aizen could wreck house, Ichigo arrives. Fully, brand new, design and everything, power and everything. Basically, a lot of things is different about this Ichigo now. Specifically also his confidence. Like how he grabs Aizen's face, drags him out of the town, saying, we're not gonna have this fight here. We're taking this fight somewhere else. Then the fight begins between Aizen and Ichigo. And remember how Aizen was able to stop Ichigo's theme music? I wonder if Ichigo remembers that.
It's absurd! A mere human can't surpass me! It couldn't possibly be!
And that is one of the coolest moves I've ever seen, or at least coolest moments I've ever seen. And when I said Ichigo came back with a vengeance, he did spectacularly. And of course, Aizen didn't die from it. He has regeneration, so he was able to put himself back together. But of course, before Aizen could, you know, kill Ichigo, aka Ichigo, who has no power at the time, Kisuke shows up, saying that now with your power weakened, I'm going to seal you away. So that's exactly what Kisuke does. Aizen is sealed, Ichigo lost his power, and then Bleach still does not end. Then we get this. Hey, 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 die. No, you. No. What? Now you. Now you're caught up with Bleach until 2022. So thank you for watching. You guys stay safe and peace. Bleach Recap Part 2. The more you watch anime, the more you wonder which concept